So Nnamdi Kanu's trial continued again today. And I tell you again, the federal government lawyers, the DSS lawyers, they came out again today. Hot. Just like yesterday. Today again, they came with more evidences. And in fact, they came out with a video. Yes, a video evidence of when Nnamdi Kanu made an interview when he was renditioned back from Kenya to Nigeria under arrest. He made a video, and that video was played in court. Yes. And I must tell you, I will read every detail of that interview he made in that video, because he was interviewed and he was answering. And I tell you, the content of that interview revealed a lot of things. I'm going to read every detail out to show you all the words, all the questions they asked him in that video when he was arrested, and the answers he gave. Very, very important in this trial. The answers he gave will be very crucial in this trial as it goes on. Hold on, I will get to that point and I will read it out for you exactly the way it was. No mincing words. But before then, look at Nnamdi Kanu coming into the court, definitely looking sharp, definitely looking healthy and strong, as always. Let me borrow from his language, looking resolute, and that shows that the trial is going on well, because as you are aware, this trial is accelerated. Yes, the government wants to speed it up and see it to the logical end. And that's it. So also, I wanted to point out this. There are some people that are protesting. A few, single protests here and here. I'll just say solidarity, not really protest, solidarity, showing their solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah, and that they support, him. And even this trial, they are standing with him. So that's a single man protest, actually holding his banner, fearless, and moving around the streets without fear of anybody. And that shows that, definitely that is the democracy. He is free to support, he is free to protest, he is free to stand in solidarity with anybody he wants. Another one who did a banner actually, and did not show himself, but was doing a voiceover. That banner there, free Nnamdi Kanu and everything. So all these are just ways of standing in support, and they go a long way to showing that such a person has people around him. So let's delve deeper. I said yesterday that the federal government lawyers are taking this case more serious every day, and it seemed so because today they actually came out with a video evidence, and that video also had to do with an interview Nnamdi Kanu had. Maybe you call it a video evidence or call it a video interview, but it is still tendered in court, and whatever Nnamdi Kanu answered there is going to play a big role in this trial. So I'm going to be reading out this video interview Nnamdi Kanu had with the DSS. This video was played in court. So listen carefully, because I'm going to be reading it out exactly the way it sounded in the video. So stay with me. Let's get it on. The Nigerian government has filed another application to add 2 more witnesses in the case against Nnamdi Kanu. The defense team has refused to accept the application. Definitely, Nnamdi Kanu's team refused to accept the application, and it's expected that they will challenge it in court today. Recall that the prosecuting team earlier agreed that they have tendered all witnesses they needed for this case, as instructed by the judge. Kanu Agabi actually asked another son, which is San Paul, to lead the defense for today. The defense, now being led by Mr. Paul San, SAN, says it has no objection of authenticity of the letter by the Attorney General tabled before the court as evidence. The prosecutor has requested that the court should play the CD. Now, listen very carefully. The prosecutor has requested, which is the lawyer for the DSS and the federal government, that's the prosecutor, has requested that the court should play the CD of Nnamdi Kanu's interview. Court now awaits for the CD to be loaded. However, there appears to be a malfunction as the interview clip has remained static. Some of all these CDs are old. The prosecutor has subsequently requested to sit down first because after he has been trying to play it, it refused to work. So after some time, the video of Nnamdi Kanu's interview, upon his extraordinary rendition in 2021 is finally being played in court. Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. So the prosecution paused the video and asked the witness, can you identify these people in this video now in this court? The witness said, yes, I can identify these people in this video. He said, okay, who are these people in this video sitting next to Nnamdi Kanu? He said, they are Aloy Ejimako and Habila. Both of them are his lawyers. The prosecution now asked Nnamdi Kanu, all this while the video is on pause. So, Mr. Kanu, in this video, could you tell us about the IPOB? Nnamdi Kanu answered, I am the leader of the IPOB. I was granted bail in 2017 after arrest 2 years earlier. However, I was in my house. An army came to kill me. The army invaded my house and killed 28 people. After he said this, they proceeded to play the video. Remember, yesterday was audio. Yesterday was audio clip. Now today, video clip. So now the video is being played. Listen very carefully. The video is being played. The next words you will hear now are the words of the interviewer inside the video and Nnamdi Kanu replying every question he asked. I'll read. Mr. Kanu, you made a broadcast. Kanu replied, I do not remember which one specifically. He asked again, we mean the broadcast made during the NSAS protests. Kanu answered, the purpose of my broadcast was because the army was killing protesters in Lagos. Then the presiding judge, Omotosho, asked a lawyer to help to prosecute, to fix the video device because it was like it was keeping. So it continued playing now. The interview continued. You gave instructions to people to attack federal infrastructures? Kanu answered. If you say you have control over Biafrans or Easterners, you are mistaken. We are Republican in nature. We do things, especially what is right, at our own accords, not necessarily adherent to dictation. Interviewer asked him again. You pass instructions to your people? Kanu answered. I lead the movement, but the day-to-day operation of IPOB is done through the DOS, which is Directorate of State. Then Kanu answered again. You are talking about incidents that happened after NSAS. Why don't you ask me of what happened 2015, 16, and 17? Interviewer now asked him. In 2021, there were attacks. Kanu answered. I am aware the army killed a lot of people. The movement I lead is not violent. Interviewer asked him again. Your instructions lead to jailbreak also. They led to jailbreaks, prison breaks. Kanu answered. My reaction remains that we are non-violent. Interviewer asked him now. When you were arrested, Nnamdi Kanu interjected him at that moment during this interview on the video. I wasn't arrested. I was kidnapped. Interviewer asked him. What is your relationship with ESN? Kanu answered. ESN is a vigilante group that exists everywhere in Biafra land. Then another audio broadcast is being played in court. Now another audio broadcast is being played in court where Nnamdi Kanu said the following. An audio is being played while the video is being paused. Nobody can stop us. Ojukwu said it long ago. We are unstoppable and our enemies know this. We are sensitizing our people, talking how Igbos were forcibly taken into other regions to further divide us. Then the witness said during this whole thing, the witness in the court now said, the broadcast was to confirm whether or not he made the broadcasts. Then the interviewer continued in the video. The video now continued. The interviewer now said, you said kill them. Kanu said, would you support security against agents? Would you support security agents killing your people? Then the interviewer said, no. What about the sit-at-home orders of 30th May? Kanu answered, you are ascribing powers to me that I do not have, or should I say I lack. Is it when I say, let there be light, and there will be light? This one was very funny. I thought this was very... Nnamdi Kanu, this one was very, I would call it, let's say, sarcastic, or just very on the lighter note, Witness said, so the witness in the court now said, what we are asking him is, the witness said, and the witness was trying to explain, what was going on in the video. He said, what we are asking him is why he asked people not to go out on the 30th of May, and as a result, people died. So the prosecution, again in court, now said, Ahmed Gulak and his assassination in the southeast. So the justice, Omotosho, the judge, interjects. He said, I do not have such names here, such names like Ahmed Gulak here. So it is not on the record. Therefore, I think he should not talk about whoever and whatever is not on the records as tendered in the court. So the video continued playing now. So Nnamdi Kanu in the video was educating the DSS on how political issues should be resolved and how people interpret information differently. Then Kanu said, it is up to people how they assimilate or incorporate instructions or directives. Everything people do is based on their understanding. Then the video continues to play as Nnamdi Kanu narrates his ordeal. He said, Nnamdi Kanu speaking, nobody is insane or mad. So why this obsession of killing people? In a democracy, people must have a way of channeling their grievances. And one of them is to protest. And the interviewer said, on the lighter note, tell me about your background, education, career, family. Which state in Nigeria are you from? Nnamdi Kanu answered, Abia State. The interviewer asked, after you left Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu said, no, I saved my life. I saved my life. Interviewer asked him, where have you been and what have you been doing there? Kanu said, that is my own business. Then he asked him, what is the job of the ESN? Kanu answered, they are in the bush protecting our people. Interviewer asked, what is the job of the ESN? Kanu said, as I previously stated, they are there to protect our mothers when they go to the farms. So the interview continues to play as Nnamdi Kanu and his inside the video, Nnamdi Kanu was talking to his counsel in that video. Then after that, Nnamdi Kanu continued speaking. Said, the invasion of my house was unnecessary. I was in touch with Igbo men I had respect for. Whoever authorized the invasion of my house is the real enemy. Then the video clip ends and has been admitted. The video clip ends there and has been admitted as an exhibit in the court. So the judge said, are you playing anything else? The prosecution answered, no, my lord. The prosecution now said, witness, is this the letter received from the AG? Witness said, yes, it is. So the AG's letter admitted as Exhibit G. And the witness also requested the letter be read before the court. So witness read the Attorney General's letter to court and hearing and subsequent statements. So therefore, the prosecution now said after that, Mr. Kanu is not talking to Mr. Kanu in the court now. The video has ended now. So this is the court now. What they're asking in the court. The prosecution asked, Mr. Kanu, do you have any statement to make with regards to the content of the recently read letter? That letter that they're supposed to bring yesterday, they said they will bring it today. That is the letter that we're talking about from the former Attorney General, of the Federation. So Kanu answered, I do not wish to make any statements on the letter from the office of the AGF. Now the judge said, if your name is not on the list, that is, talking to the whole court. If your name is not on the list and you are in this court, please go out right now unless you'll be charged with contempt. Looked like the court was getting rowdy and a lot of strange faces were entering the court. So the judge, this case is very, very sensitive. And many people are very careful with how they, treat it. So the judge does not want strange faces in the court. So he said, if I didn't invite you to this court, please leave my court or I will charge you to contempt. That will send you to prison. So witness continued his testimony. Apart from taking videos and writing against the defendants, I have worked in investigation, IPOB. I have worked in investigating IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, and the ESN. Nnamdi Kanu founded Radio Biafra, ESN, and others. We discovered that the Lagos High Court, the Ilasamaja Police Station, and the Murtala Mohammed Airport had all been burned down, particularly in 2020. He not only called for the killing of police officers, but he also advocated for seats at home and instructed his followers to strictly enforce it. Even as Gulak was killed, Kanu questioned why he went out knowing that there will be sitting at home on 30th of May. So the witness goes on to name states classified as part of the Biafran region proposed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So the witness now has ended his latest testimony. However, the defense has proposed to go into full cross-examination of witness on Wednesday while they gather information, which is Wednesday next week, while they gather information on whether or not those who were killed were as a result of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast or other causes. Although the prosecution team insists on accelerated hearing and cross-examination of the witness today, the defense team wants the cross-examination to happen on Wednesday so they can gather info and be well prepared. The presiding judge also is of the opinion that accelerated hearing be enforced. And however, Kanu Agabi, Kanu's lawyer, points out the need for info gathering before cross-examination of the witness. Hence, tomorrow, Friday, will not be ideal. So finally, the case has been adjourned to the 14th, the 21st, and the 22nd of May 2025. So this is exactly how the case went. This is exactly how the video was played in court. Yesterday was the audio, today was the video. I personally feel the defense of Nnamdi Kanu right now have an uphill task. This is not going to be a walk in the park at all, because perhaps if they had prepared very well, they would have already started defending this today, because the judge was ready, and everybody was ready for that. But it looked as if they were pushed aback by the prosecuting lawyers, and they felt they wanted to put up a good showing. So to save face or to prepare better, they asked for that adjournment, because if not, I don't think they were prepared to start this defense and cross-examination today. So, well, personally, I think, he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Today was the day the federal government decided to bring out strong ballistic missiles on this case, and of which Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers didn't have the appropriate response immediately to dish out, and did not want to bring out toy guns in a machine gun battle, and decided to hands off immediately. That was a very humble decision to take, rather than just being there and being taken to the slaughter by those lawyers from the DSS who have ages and ages of documents and videos and audios on their table. So, because if you must defend Nnamdi Kanu, you must defend him well. You must defend him well, because as you see, the lawyers of the federal government are prosecuting him well. And they are prosecuting him well. You must defend Kanu well. You cannot defend Kanu, anyway, unless you will end up where he doesn't want to end up. Until we get a political solution for this, which we are still hoping for, to get a political, solution for this case, which I think, is needed, you have to still defend yourself in court, pending when you get that political solution. You can't just keep quiet and allow, all these allegations and all these videos to keep playing while you don't have any appropriate response for it. You may end up where you do not like, because this is a court and it's a judge. The judge bases on evidence. Evidence and defense and proper defense. So please, calling upon Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers to go back to the drawing board and come up again, this time around, more prepared to put up a good showing, because the first and second day, they did a very good job. But the third day, they pulled back a little bit. And today again, they have no answer, and they refused to put up any showing because they felt they were not prepared enough. And the judge, thank God, has granted them that, if it was the former judge, Binta Nyako, she would never have granted that adjournment. She would have insisted that they do everything there, because definitely that time around, it looks as if the court was a bit biased. It was very obvious that that court, Nnamdi Kanu's trial under Nyako, was not allowed to do her job. She was a lot of influence. There were a lot of influence from high places in that courtroom. It was so obvious to everybody watching. So having said that, I still call upon the government again to please roll out a political solution for this, the same way it happened for Ojukwu during Shagari's period. Still find a way to end this case the same way. This is just a family matter, and I say it again, Nigeria has the willpower to put all this to an end if they want to do it. I have been your host, Chi Ne Do. Sign out to your favorite show, Direct on the Spot, the show where we hit it hard and hot on matters of concern that shape and affect our daily lives. And as always, we say no to every form of discrimination and disrespect. And we promise to always say the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, without fear or favor. Till I see you in the next video, peace.